Okay, finally masked out all the holes where the bones will go. So that now I can spray this all in gloss, and the gloss won't go in here, so I can super glue plastics on plastic. I still got to mask out this area actually. Okay, so I got the whole Sparda masked. All the bone slots, they're masked. So basically I'm just going to gloss up everything that is not masked. So the body and the sword itself, as you can see. So first coat of gloss. Gonna do, I think, just 2 coats, 2 very heavy coats, quite heavy coats. Looks great. Okay, so as you can see, I masked out the whole Sparda Demon Sword where I don't want the gloss to go, which is the bones and the guard, the handle, the pommel. So only the blade and the body just got a gloss coat, and I've done rather thick gloss coat because I want it really shiny. So I'm only doing around 2 coats, but as I mentioned, really thick coats. And the piss take was, so I set up this mobile phone to film on the back camera outside as I was doing it. However, when I got downstairs with the sword, I just had a check on I checked it on my phone if it was recording, and it was. And as soon as I put it down, for some reason it switched to the selfie camera, which wasn't orientated the correct way. So it just filmed the wall for like 10 minutes as I was spray painting it. But this is looking very good for a first coat. So one thing I learned about spray painting that I didn't actually think of before was moisture in the air. So sometimes I have to spray paint in the loft, but what I noticed was whenever I spray paint in the loft, the paint doesn't dry very well, and I just figured out that it's because of the moisture content in the air. I think my loft is really humid for some reason. So however, whenever I do it, this main method, which is put in the spray can, well, or filler in this instance, well, not this instance, I did use a spray can. I put it in a bathtub with hot water, well, in a, not bathtub, I put it in a, what's it called, a bucket filled with hot water with something heavy on top of the spray can so that it doesn't float up. But yeah, once I do it this method, it cures very hard, very nicely, so it's zero stickiness. Well, this looks great so far, so I'll give it around an hour, and then I'll do a second coat. A really thick coat so we get all the shiny details, and the blacks really pop. I love the blade, look at that. Mommy, oh. And with coat 2, we are done. Now, just before I started the video, this started to tip over like that, so I fucking freaked. I thought it was gonna like go downstairs or something, but luckily I caught it and I readjusted the clamp because that freaked me out. That would have been very scary. But yeah, with coat 2, it is looking amazing. I've done quite a concentrated spray of gloss to make sure there's coverage on every area, because I want it reflecting nicely. Look at that. But yeah, as I mentioned before, really thick coat. So, but it shouldn't have any problems drying, considering I've done this method before. Really thick coat. And it's looking hot. Look at that. Look at this beast. Does that look like a demon sword or what? Because I think it does. Yeah, I'm very chuffed about this. Just can't wait for. I'm gonna give it 2 days to cure. I'm not gonna work over on it on the weekend. I'm gonna give it full time to cure. And once it does, I'm gonna inverse the masking tape, and maybe use some old trash bags, because I need to obviously use matte spray paint, matte clear coat on the handle and the guard. But the pommel, where I use the rub and buff, I'm not gonna finish that at all, is because rub and buff acts like a wax kind of thingy, so it doesn't need any. But yeah, that is looking insane. I'm very happy about that. Stay tuned, guys, got more coming.